Good afternoon. Thank you so much for keeping it Younib TV. Welcome to Younib Live at 1. Get ready to delve into the heart of current affairs as we bring you developing stories right here from Younib Studios. My name is Alphonce Ouma. Now, Kisumu citizens have been urged by President William Ruto to stand with him in opposing those in power who encourage ethnic politics in the nation. Residents of Kondele gave Ruto a hearty welcome and supported the broad-based administration, calling it a coming together to bring the nation together without regard to religion or tribe.
Kisumu hoye! Kondele hoye! Amoso ujodurua! Jodurua untie! Mimi nilisimama hapa Kondele. Nikasema siku moja nilisaidia Agwambo. Na safari hii yeye amerudisha mkono, amenisaidia mimi. Mimi nawauliza, iko makosa hapo? Si tulikubaliana Agwambo tunaenda kumuombea ili awe kiongozi wa Afrika. Nikiongea na nyinyi saa hizi, juzi alikuwa kule Ivory Coast, jana amekuwa kule Senegal, leo ako kule Nigeria akitafuta kura ya kuwa kiongozi wa bara la Afrika.
Mimi kama mwenyekiti wa chama kikubwa zaidi South of Sahara and North of River Limpopo, chama cha ODM, tunakukaribisha urudi tena na uunganishe Kenya. Usiogope na usitishwe, unganisha Kenya nzima na mbele iko sawa.
Ibada ya ukabila na chuki na migawanyiko waende wapi? Waende wapi? Waende wapi? Watembee wapi? Wataenda nyumbani.
The Kenyan clergymen want the president to confront the widespread of corruption. In addition, the Evangelical Alliance of Kenya has warned against early campaigns and instead called on the administration to keep its commitment to Kenyans who continue to languish due to high cost of living.
Decisively punish corrupt officials and recover stolen public funds is unacceptable. There seems to be a general feeling from Kenyans that the top leadership is involved in corruption, and that's why it is condoning this evil and shielding those who are found culpable, which may not be the case. It is time to walk the talk and be seen to slay the dragon of corruption in our country. Bold action is needed to restore integrity and confidence in governance and ensure justice for all citizens. The recent heated political events have left the nation deeply polarized. For example, what happened in Murang'a. This should not be repeated. The president must prioritize fostering unity and reconciliation. It's a symbol of unity in this country. Is it possible for all political rallies and early campaigns to be stopped at this time to avoid what we saw in Murang'a and some other places and focus on delivering results of achievements? At this time, we need to have a scorecard of what has been achieved.
Now, concerns have been raised about former DP Gashagua's remodeling budget of more than 400 million shillings for the Harambee Annex Office, Karen and Mombasa residences in the previous year. Documents produced before the National Assembly Security and National Administration Committee indicated some of the funds were used to fix broken kitchens, install new washrooms and plant flowers in what the committee deemed wasteful spending.
Electrical and mechanical works, reinforced concrete works and masonry, walling of swimming pool, and change stroke washrooms of the guesting wing.
But we're being told when that boat was constructed, it was roughly about 600 million, not far from
the price you had quoted in doing minor renovations and refurbishment.
We also need to replace our corridors. You realize the tiles need to be changed. They've already started cracking. We also have renovation of the kitchenettes, 7 of them, remodeling of the basement areas.
Their contracts were also deemed to have come to an end by that 31st of last month. As we speak right now, the processes of clearing them is going on to have them cleared and also to pay them their final dues as required by the law.
Now, days after Ugandan officials asserted that Kenya was fully aware of a plan to kidnap Kizza Besigye, citing intelligence correspondent intended to track him down, the government is still reticent to discuss its role in the kidnapping. Prime CS Musalia Mudavadi, who oversees the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, made his first public remarks on the subject while carefully avoiding direct inquiries on Kenya's involvement in the incident.
As much as we are open as a country, we allow a lot of latitude. We also believe that it is important that our friends and our visitors also appreciate that it's important that we maintain good relations with all our partner states. We believe that the issues between us and Uganda, where there are any concerns, will be resolved diplomatically. And that is what we will do at all times. The incident that you refer to should not be used to judge as too harshly on what would be Kenya's outcome or matters of foreign policy.
Former NHIF staff will find out their fate with the Social Health Authority in 6 months. According to Robert Ingasira, acting CEO of Social Health Authority, the staff members whose employment with NHIF ended last week will continue to work for SHA for the next 6 months. Some of the impacted employees expressed increasing dissatisfaction with the clarification, arguing that their rights should be upheld while the SHA transition progress to the next stage.
The expectation is that within 6 months, SHA will have determined the number of staffs and the qualifications of those staff that is willing to take. Thereafter, the balance of staff will be released back to public service. At that stage, those who will be interested in exercising the option to retire will now be given that opportunity at that stage. Retirement is voluntary, and retirement now will be subjected to other regulation. The 3.7, I need to add that this is a moving figure. It changes every second. As we sit here, this figure keeps growing. So these are claims that have accumulated since the time we rolled out from 1st of October.
Speaking at Baringo National Polytechnic, Cabinet Secretary Dr. Alfred Mutua acknowledged that previous instances of job seekers being duped by rogue recruitment agencies have made some Kenyans wary of the government's aggressive overseas job placement initiatives. He reassured participants of the government's commitment to fairness and transparency and warned any agency involved in fraudulent practices that they would face the full force of the law.
The agency, I've told them, just deal with people who are getting recruited. I told them, don't start telling people, I'll call you to come to Nairobi to get a job. Offer the job. Once they have a job now, they can come to Nairobi, they can be told, you'll need a ticket, you'll need this. The employer is taking care of this, you take care of this. Kuna watu wengi wanataka kazi, lakini wengine wanaogopa. Wanaona ya kwamba kwa muda mrefu watu wamedanganywa sana. Wamelipa mamilioni ya pesa ikapotea. Ndio sababu serikali imeamua sasa sisi ndio tutasimamia. Na tuko hapa, na serikali ni serikali. Ukicheza na kazi ya pesa ya wananchi, kukono wananchi, mimi Alfred Nganga Mutua na DC yetu kutoa hapo nyumbani kwako, tukuweke huko ndani kwa kule Maragwe. wache kucheza na pesa ya wananchi. So you can trust this process. Ndio unaona mimi waziri nimekuja hapa mimi mwenyewe kuhakikishia kwamba the government is in charge and we are making sure hakuna ukora itafanyika. We want it to be very fair.
The Ministry of Mining and Blue Economy has started evaluating mining permits to find out how much the mining industry contributes and to filter out investors who have several unused licenses. According to Cabinet Secretary Hassan Joho, Kenya will not be a playground for speculators and says investors will need to provide proof of cash in order to obtain licenses. Take a look.
And therefore it varies. But what I know is that areas where we've allowed people to prospect, we're looking at more than 100 billion, 120 billion worth of investment that is to come into the country. But specifically for every mine has a different value in terms of investment. So you can't really tell, I need an investment of this much money. It will change from mine to mine, yeah. A license of an investment, look at, for example, Best Titanium. Initial investment was $350 million. The license was 500,000 shillings, and even at that time was 50,000. So if you want to come through this space, it's not child play. It is not. So if someone really complains of a 500,000 mining license fee, then I can tell you he's not a serious investor. Why do you think your government is in the business of waiting? That you're saying 120 days is such a short time, ongeza 60 days, while you will not export without an LC or a TT or a SWIFT transfer. So let's just agree. Wakati pesa yako inaingia, and others also be paid and on time, isn't it?
The third thing is, as provided in the regulations, to really allow miners and dealers, there are 120 days provided for in the regulations for royalty payment. At present, the same is demanded prior to export, failure to which an export permit could be denied.
Well, that's all we had lined up for you on today's Younib at 1. Thank you so much for choosing Younib TV, and also thank you so much for keeping us company. I have been your host, Alphonce. Ouma. See you some other time. For now, enjoy the rest of your day.